No, you got to go back now and say, why was the NFL continuing to support with all the confusion going on in the media? And maybe it's all of that found money right there.
I'm not gonna lie, after we found out why Beyonce made a lot of the songs that she did and for what reasons, I am not shocked one bit to find out that Jay-Z is allegedly listed in the Epstein file.
And then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about,
after everything that's come out about why Beyonce created certain songs and what was really driving that art, it honestly doesn't surprise me at all to hear that Jay-Z is allegedly named in the Epstein files. The dots just don't feel that far apart anymore, and people online are definitely side-eyeing the whole situation harder than ever. And let's be real, 50 Cent is not letting up for a single second. He's been applying non-stop pressure on Jay-Z and Beyonce, and now he's even hinting that Beyonce herself could be connected to this entire Epstein mess. By now, everyone's heard that Jay-Z's name allegedly popped up in those files, tied to a disturbing claim from a woman who says she woke up inside Epstein's mansion, and that Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein were both in the room. That claim alone sent the internet into full meltdown mode. The moment that story started spreading, 50 wasted zero time. He jumped straight on social media, teasing the idea of putting together a full documentary digging into Jay-Z and Epstein. 50 even posted, "Damn, they got your man Jay in the Epstein files. I gotta do a doc on this." And once 50 smells controversy, he's not backing down. But here's where things allegedly went left.
now, I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado, and I think it was during the wintertime of 06 or 07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there, and he rented this house, and we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play, and after the game, it had to be like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild, like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me.
Beyonce reportedly believed she could shut the whole thing down by stepping in. According to claims, her lawyers warned 50 to stop posting about Jay-Z and Epstein, but that move only poured gasoline on the fire. After 50 teased the documentary again, a source close to Beyonce said she was furious, especially because the Carters had supposedly already paid major media outlets to stay quiet. Even the Shade Room quietly deleted their post, and TMZ, People, US Weekly, Complex, and Billboard all stayed silent, and people definitely noticed that silence. So the Carters probably thought this whole situation would quietly fade away, but they clearly forgot one major detail. 50 Cent never lets a chance to clown Jay-Z slip past him. If there's shade to throw, 50 is already locked and loaded. And let's be honest, threats don't scare him at all, they hype him up. The moment someone tries to pressure him, he goes into full attack mode. Once word got out that Beyonce allegedly sent her lawyers to warn 50 about speaking on Jay-Z and Epstein, he immediately fired back online. 50 dropped a cryptic post hinting that Beyonce might want to ease up before things spiral further. Then he reposted an AI-generated clip of himself and added the caption, "I smell beef and popcorn." That one line alone had the internet buzzing nonstop. Now with 50 Cent stirring the pot again, you never know what buried stories might resurface next. We already watched him dig up all kinds of dirt on Diddy for his documentary, things many people didn't even know were out there. If he could pull that off, folks believe he could absolutely apply that same pressure to the Carters too.
You know what I'm saying? They could control Shaq. They could control Charles Barkley. They could control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce,
No, not you, man.
but they can't control me.
No,
You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
So now the big question is, can Beyonce actually stop 50 from making a documentary about Jay-Z? The internet doesn't think so at all. Fans are saying Beyonce should sit this one out, or better yet, call a divorce lawyer. But others aren't buying that either. A growing crowd believes Beyonce may be complicit in whatever Jay-Z was allegedly involved in, making a split unlikely. People say they probably have dirt on each other, and staying married is the safest move. And let's not forget, Beyonce has had her own allegations floating around for years. From claims she sabotages other female artists to darker rumors involving black magic and so-called sacrifices, her name has never been free from controversy. One of the most unsettling allegations came from former NFL player Larry Johnson, and his story seriously raised eyebrows. Johnson claimed he once attended a strange late-night party hosted by Jay-Z and Beyonce back in the early 2000s in Colorado, and according to him, the vibes were completely off. He said there were people present who didn't appear to be adults, which immediately made him uncomfortable, especially given the setting and the hours. Johnson explained that he tried not to overthink it at first, but the situation kept bothering him. In his own words, he said, "And then I didn't pay no attention to it, and then, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left, but those kids remained." I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. That statement alone shook a lot of people because it raised serious questions about boundaries and judgment. On top of that, there have long been rumors swirling about Beyonce being connected to dark practices like witchcraft and rituals. And these claims aren't only coming from random internet chatter. Some of them are coming from people who worked closely with her for years. Back in 2018, Beyonce's former drummer Kimberly Thompson came forward with serious accusations claiming Beyonce practiced what she described as extreme witchcraft. She didn't just stop at making statements either. Kimberly reportedly went as far as filing for a restraining order, which instantly added weight to the controversy. And she's not the only one raising eyebrows. More recently, Beyonce's former dance captain, Ashley Everett, was caught liking some very shady posts online. One of those posts claimed that when people listen to Beyonce, they don't realize they're entertaining demons. And that sparked another wave of heated reactions across social media. But somehow things take an even darker turn from here. Another former dancer, Katia Cherie, who worked closely with Beyonce during the Formation video and the 2016 Super Bowl performance, dropped claims that shocked a lot of people online. Katia went on Instagram and straight up called Beyonce a witch. And she even made a disturbing allegation suggesting Beyonce had ill intentions toward her family, which immediately set off alarm bells across social media. That post didn't stay up for long at all. It vanished quickly. And honestly, most people would have never known it even existed if it wasn't for Tasha K.
This has been going on since 2006, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And for a very long time, I put this person on a pedestal. I loved them. I'd send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, just all kinds of.
Tasha came through with screenshots of Katia's post, shared them on X, and then broke the whole situation down on her YouTube channel, making sure the internet didn't miss a thing. What really caught people's attention is the timing. Folks online pointed out that these kinds of allegations always seem to pop up right when Beyonce is gearing up to roll out new music or start a new album cycle. That pattern alone has people raising eyebrows and connecting dots. Now let's be clear and keep it fair. These are allegations, not proven facts. Nobody is saying this is confirmed or verified. But when the same type of stories keep coming from different people who were actually on the inside, that's when the public starts wondering where coincidence ends and a pattern begins.
Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now here's what I'm gonna say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witchery. Okay, this is an ex-dancer of hers, and now we remember the ex-drummer that came out, and we call her crazy too. We got the interview of the drummer. Y'all remember her? And she was saying that Beyonce was using witchcraft and all that stuff, and it always comes out around the time when she getting ready to cipher for a new album. I know Beyonce's a witch. I saw the Lemonade visuals. I saw it. I said, this is dark.
One rumor can be brushed off. Two might still slide. But when similar claims keep surfacing from former dancers, musicians, and insiders, people start paying closer attention and asking real questions. And then there's the angle nobody likes to touch, the idea that Jay-Z and Beyonce might not even be the ones fully in control. Because no matter how rich or powerful these stars look, there are always bigger players behind the scenes pulling strings and calling shots. Remember when Kanye went on those rants claiming that Beyonce and Jay-Z were basically controlled puppets? He hinted that a lot of top celebrities aren't as powerful as they seem and that many of them are being held in place by things from their past. At the time, people laughed it off, but now some folks are looking back at those comments very differently, because when you stack everything together, the Epstein allegations, the sudden media silence, Beyonce's alleged legal pressure on 50 Cent, and all these older accusations resurfacing, the Carter empire is starting to show some serious cracks. What once looked untouchable now feels shaky, and the public is watching every move closely. The real question now is whether Jay-Z and Beyonce can actually bounce back from this, or if the damage is already done. Once public opinion starts shifting, it's almost impossible to reverse it. You can't just erase doubt once it's planted, and that's the part that has people glued to this story. Now it's time to hear what you think. Do you believe 50 Cent is just bluffing about doing a documentary on Jay-Z and Epstein, or do you think he really has enough material to expose something major? And where does Beyonce fit into all of this? Do you see her as innocent, possibly influenced when she was younger, or do you think she's fully aware and involved at this point? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay locked in for the next video, because this story is far from over.